I'm going to try something new since Chris can't always be here and I was always busy out here in my garage, so here's Tony's garage. A little playlist for you. Do random stuff, whatever I'm working on in my truck. Four-wheelers, lawnmowers, the barn itself. You can see still finishing the ceiling. So maybe a couple of how-tos, maybe learn something, or you can just laugh at me, whatever. So today we're going to start on my truck. Needs a water pump. It's LB7 DURAMAX. It's a 2004 truck. I've had it for like 7 years. It's got 224,000 miles on it, and it's on the original water pump still. So water pump, thermostats for up here, oil change, filters, fuel filters, everything. And then I still have to do the steering too. It's got new ball joints and everything. Everything in the front end is going to be new when I'm done with it. So let's see if I can figure this thing out. I'm short, so a little tip, just let the air out of your tires. It's a lot easier to get up on top of this thing. If you've got one of these trucks and you're going to try to tackle the job yourself, water pump, anything that you have to take the front crank pulley off for, this tool is like $30-something. I think I bought it on Amazon. It is to hold the flywheel, hold the engine from spinning. It sticks up under the bell housing of the transmission and catches on the teeth of the flywheel. Let's see if I can do it. I think it'll work for multiple trucks, multiple years, but see, these teeth will catch the flywheel, and this slides into a slot in the bottom of the bell housing of the transmission. So you can get the crank pulley off. The bolt is torqued, I don't know, it's like 500 foot-pounds to get off from what I've heard, so for $40, well worth the money. It also comes with the socket. It's a 36 millimeter. It's a 12-point socket. I don't know for sure yet if the bolt is 12-point, but it is 3/4, so make sure you get an adapter for 1/2 inch, unless you have a 3/4 ratchet, but here we go. I don't know what other Chevy trucks will be the same, but for the most part, a lot of the newer trucks, the fan shrouds split. Upper and lower. It's really hard to see. My lighting sucks. But there's a couple plastic rivets on each side that you pop loose, and then you can take the upper shroud out, get your fan off, and then pull your lower shroud out. It saves a lot of time versus wrestling the shroud and the fan all at the same time. So something that the car manufacturers started doing a while back, and it's really helpful. There's a computer here under this shroud, so pop it off, a couple 10 mils. Whole thing comes off. ECU TCM, that's what it is, alright. Probably should clean this air filter more than every 100,000 miles. Alright, so here's what we got now that the shroud's out of the way. Let's see, you can get to the fan pretty easily, get to the nut, plenty of room to work. Once this fan's out of the way, pull the bottom shroud right out, nothing to it. Another tip, if you're going to tackle this job yourself, get yourself a good set of fan wrenches. This is a Matco set. I've had it for probably 15 years. I've only used it about 3 times, but well worth the money every time. It's pneumatic, so you can use it with an air hammer. Looks like 1 7/8 inches. I believe this is a normal thread pattern. So left hand to loosen. Don't know how many fans all y'all have ever taken off. 200,000 miles, it's the first time this one's been off. That's unbelievably easy. Hell of a tool to have. I think it's only about 80 bucks for the wrench set. And I don't know how much the air hammer was, but it is a Matco. I'm sure you can find a cheaper one. It'll work just fine for something like this. I just remembered I've been kind of fighting some overheating on this too. That's why I'm doing the thermostats. Water pump's leaking, but might get a new fan too, because this thing's got just as many miles on it as the rest of the truck. Maybe it'll turn on earlier, pull more air. We'll see. Here's what it looks like without the fan in your way. So the water pump is right here. So fun fact, it's gear drive. So chuck your belt, still can cool your engine. Good to know. As long as you've got a battery that'll hold it and you don't mind fighting the power steering, don't really need your belt. Alright, so the one bolt is definitely right behind the crank pulley. Definitely has to come out. So I'm going to crawl underneath the truck, throw the holding tool in there, and see if I can break this thing loose. Hopefully I can. I've heard it is quite the project. Alright, off camera I went ahead and jacked the truck up since it was so low. Clearly I couldn't fit my fat butt under there, so jacked her up, get this thing on here, give you an idea how it works, hopefully, and get this thing apart. There's an inspection cover. Here's your transmission oil filter. There's an inspection cover right here. We're gonna pop this out, and it slides right up in here. There's a little lip to hold it on here, and that should give us the holding ability that we need. Here's what we're working with. Flywheel teeth are up there. Let's see if I can hang this light. See if I can get this, do this camera work and get the piece in. Alright, so teeth up. Slide this right in here. Should go it just like this. Might have to move the engine just a hair to get it to actually go in. It feels like it's in teeth there, but it's crooked. There we go. So that right there should hold it. China. We call it Chinese because it's from China. So let's go see if this is gonna do the trick. It's time to see how strong I am and how creative I am with camera hanging. Oh yeah, I need my adapter. Yeah, I just heard the tool catch on the flywheel, so let's see how strong my back is today. Son of a... That's gonna need... I'm gonna need a pipe. Oh, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. I'm gonna go flying off the other side of the truck in a minute. Like that. If I broke it loose, that would be awesome, but I don't think that's what happened. Nah, it's still tighter now. Alright. What are my options? I have a 3-inch exhaust pipe here. I'm gonna try it. Why is it so tight? This seems like a nutcracker right here. Oh, this is a lot. This is a lot. Oh my God. Scary noises. That's impressive. Not only did I almost kick my camera and break my neck, I don't know how well you can see that. This is a Matco ratchet. Holy crap. I'm gonna need some better tools for this one. Those bad noises I heard was this thing giving up the beans. That's impressive. Pretty cool. Hey, you ever seen the inside of a ratchet? Hell, I have. More times than I care to admit. So tomorrow, I will be going to the parts store and I will rent a 3/4 inch torque wrench and use it to break that loose. I think that's probably the best bet. In the meantime, I guess while I wait for tomorrow to happen, I can go ahead and do the thermostats, which are here. There's 2 thermostats. There's like a 185 and a 190 or something like that. We'll look at the boxes in a minute. I know which one goes where, I just don't know off the top of my head. So, take these off. A little tube comes over here. So I'll take the hose off, this bolt, this hose, and bust these wires loose and see what's all below them. Little bracket here that holds them on. I think this is, might be bolted on. Yeah, there's a bolt right here that holds this tube on, but I'm just gonna pull the whole thing up and out, change the thermostats, clean up whatever needs cleaned up, bolt it back together. So that one should go pretty quick. It should go pretty quick. I've done injectors twice because LB7 and no lift pump. Probably should put one on. Next project after this one, this whole front end rebuild and water pump. Next project's going to be injectors on the driver's side of the truck again. When I do that, I'm going to put a fast fuel, whatever the cheapest crap is, on it. Oh my God, that's my work calling. So I got this thing off. One's stuck in the top housing, the other one stayed down here. So there's this offset one, goes to the rear. I don't know if there's a temperature rating on it. (82 degrees Celsius). Don't know how many that is Fahrenheit. And the other one is going to be center. See, it's centered. Pop this seal off, see if it's got a temperature. Oh wait, 85. So the hotter one goes in the front, or just the offset one goes in the rear. Where are my parts? So this one, just set this right here. Pull this seal out from the old one. In the back. Set this new one in. Nothing really to mess with as far as sealing surfaces. They're all clean. So just kind of rotate this thing back in. It's surprisingly easy. I worked at a Ford dealership. This knocks the socks off of working on those Ford International engines. Run them in with the impact, hit them just a little bit with the regular ratchet, make sure they're good and tight. I don't trust batteries very much. Torx Black is 1/2 Ooga Dooga. Since it's a spring clamp and it's got the little lockers on it, you just get in here and kind of pry them apart, and it should snap right here, right like this. Pop! Done. And I can actually still keep working because there's a few things that need to come off to get the water pump off, like lower hose. I'll have to look at the new water pump and see where all the bolts are. I think there's only 4 mounting bolts, but I'm gonna have to take this off. I don't really know. It might come off and then pivot out and slide out of the bottom side of the thermostat housing. Don't know for sure, but I'll figure it out and I'll tell you so you know. Well, now it's time to make a mess, I guess, with that lower hose. just ruined my radiator. God dang it. So this is the one that's behind the crank pulley. Sits like this. That one's out. That's the last one I took out, and then those two. So need a better ratchet, a little bit more time to get those two out, and we'll be on our way to going back together. Well, broke all my tools that I can use, so I'm done for the night. See you guys tomorrow. Take a slide, find your zone every day.